This is Cam Redden on 2SSR.
Following the weekend we've just had, I reckon the public holiday came on Monday as a bit of a real blessing for most of us. Long after the final siren on Sunday night, thousands literally of loyal Shark supporters camped out at Shark Park just in time to see the team arrive home around about 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, there was some talk in the lead up of a parade through the streets of Cronulla to celebrate a potential win. Of course, that's not going ahead. But we did have the fan day instead on Monday, and I think it can only be described as an outrageous success. More than 10,000 fans were there on the day to see Carmelo Pesce, Mayor of the Shire, hand over the key to the Sutherland Shire, this giant key to the captain and the coach. I'm pleased to say the Mayor joins me on the line now. Carmelo, thanks for your time.
No problem. How are you going?
Very well. I'm just having a quick look at this key here. This is massive. Do you have a few of these in storage, or do they just print them for the occasion?
No, so what we did is one of our council staff in our one of our civil departments made the key for us in the last week.
It is huge. I'm looking at the photo on the front of the leader here of Paul Gallen and Shane Flanagan holding it up. It's almost twice the size that they are. What is it? Cardboard? What's it made out of? Do you know?
No, it's made out of timber. It's a timber key.
Oh, that's
And
fantastic.
I was quite surprised to see after I handed them the key, most of the players were walking around with the key, not the trophy, but the key. And then
It's about twice the size of the trophy as well.
Yeah, and I saw Flano walking around with it as well, so that was great. It was great to see.
It doesn't lock any doors, does it? I don't know if there are any doors big enough for that to fit in.
Well, the local newspaper put an article up saying that they'd opened up my liquor cabinet.
Maybe the Sharks trophy cabinet if it gets big enough in the next couple of years.
Let's hope so.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think the first time you came on the program, we spoke, it was the weekend of the Sharks and Cowboys final last year. So we've reversed the luck this time.
We have, and we did play the Cowboys again, and
That's
I went
right.
to that particular game and we did well, and I walked away saying if we play like we did today, we will win this grand final.
Did you get, I've just been talking to a few people in the last few days. Of course, this is still very much sinking in. It's been a long wait for the entire community. Do you get the sense now that, I suppose, after 50 years of a long wait like this, is it relief? Is it overjoy? What sort of feelings are you getting from the community at the moment?
I think it's a bit of everything. I followed the Sharks. I'm 48, and I followed the Sharks as far back as I can remember. I said to someone the other day, I went to the meet the players the other day. It was last Tuesday, and the last game in the 70s when the Sharks were in the grand final. My father took me there.
That was
And,
78,
this time-
I think, against Manly.
78 against Manly, and then we tied and we went into another game on the Tuesday and we lost.
That's right. It was the replay back then. They've
It was
ditched
a
that
replay,
now.
yeah, it was a replay. So, long time coming, a long time coming from a lot of people.
Mm.
I go to most games, and it was a sense of relief. It's something like we've done it, and it's probably, in 49 years, we've never won a grand final.
Mm.
And when you say to people, we've never won a grand final, they go, wow, and that's why it's so significant that we did win.
I did a bit of Googling earlier today. I couldn't actually find any other time that a key to the Shire has been awarded. Is this the first time to your knowledge?
As far back as far as I can remember, yeah, it has been.
Wow.
And I'm, I got re-elected as mayor on the Monday night,
Mhm.
and one of the, the job's a great job. I love my job as mayor, but this was a highlight for me. Being a Sharks fan, and I always said if the Sharks ever win a grand final, I'd love to be the mayor, and I was fortunate enough to be the mayor at the time.
Well, this is the culmination, isn't it? This is, I know it's easy to get caught up in the emotion of it, but this really is the peak of the mountain.
It is. It definitely is. I did a Merrill Minute last night, yesterday's council meeting, last night's council meeting, and I handed it to Lyle Gorman, the CEO, and he was telling me on the night of the game there was an elderly lady. She was in her 90s. She was in hospital. She watched the game, and half an hour after the game finished, she passed away.
My
And
God.
just to hear that, it just gives you a sense of what the community really, it's like she waited for this grand final, and then all her wishes came at once, and then it was time to go.
And half an hour, you say? Half an hour?
Yeah, within half an hour. Yeah, apparently
My goodness. But she got to see it.
she got to see the grand final. She got to see her beloved Sharks.
Jeez. That's amazing. Did you expect, I guess it was always going to be a surge of support, but did you expect the community to get as wrapped up in it as we have? It's like it's still only 10 minutes after the final siren went. I was walking around Cronulla Mall in the last day or so, and I thought there were going to be shops starting to take the flags down and start to, but it's getting more. There are more balloons everywhere. There's blow-up sharks all over the place. That some of the businesses are painting the walls now. It's extraordinary. It's pandemonium.
Yeah, it is. Look, I own a local cafe as well down in Cronulla, and we have a group within the couple of cafes we have. So we have a group on Facebook, and we chat to each other, and someone comes in late, or we just let each other know. And one of the baristas said this morning, how long can we keep these keep the streamers and the balloons up? And I said, well, let's keep them up for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's other shopkeepers that'll probably even think about the same. It's a milestone what's happened today or the other day, and we're very, very proud. It's something that we've never experienced. And people, I said earlier, people sort of like from St George or other teams, they bag us out that we've never won a premiership.
Not anymore.
Well, they can't do that anymore.
That's
We've got
right.
one.
This would have been great, I imagine, for local businesses as well. Just seeing the floods of people, not just in the week in the lead up, particularly in the week in the lead up, I guess, to the grand final, but even in the last couple of days. I've never seen Cronulla Mall so full of people in Sharks jerseys, just people coming in from outside to see what the vibe is like, because it's raucous. The atmosphere is going wild.
It is. What it's done to the community and what's it done to the local businesses, not from memberships for the club and to the merchandise, to the restaurants, the cafe, because people want to be there. They want to be in the middle of it. They want to be part of it, and no one wants to miss out. So, from Northies, right through the cafes, the restaurants, to the club, people, I spoke to a friend yesterday, and I said, where are you? And he goes, oh, we're down at the club having dinner. And,
that's fantastic.
They want to be in the part of it, so it's something that hopefully it's not our first and last. I'm sure, with the new board and our players and the CEO, I was talking to Lyle the other day, and he said to me, it's not about us, it's about community, bringing the community together. And we started with that, and now we've ended up with a premiership.
I said when the Miranda Westfield went up, the only thing that could possibly be better to ever happen to the Shire is a Sharks premiership. I don't know how we top this.
Exactly, I don't know either.
I don't know where we go from here.
Yeah, look, it is amazing. It's been amazing for the community. The people are still in a buzz. I'm still asking people up to this morning, private messaging me on Facebook, or emailing me, asking me, can we have a ticket tape parade?
I was going to ask you about that. Now, you approached the Sharks, is that right? The council promote. That's right.
Yeah, if we can have a ticket tape parade, either through the mall, or we can start from the Chambers and go down all the way through the Shire. They wanted to play it by year. We had the public holiday on the Monday, and they said, let's just have the fan day. Let's see how many people come out. They thought they'll probably get the best mileage on the Monday, because it was a public holiday where parents can bring their kids, and it was close to 15,000 people there.
And when the emotions are raw too, because it was so soon after the event, everyone was just caught up in the whole thing. I think it made for an incredible showing. I can't get it off my Facebook feed at the moment, just the number of people still posting all their photos, and you get the sense of it is a real day to remember for the community, because you got, I think it was around 10 to 15,000 people just for that day. Extraordinary numbers flooding the field of Shark Park down there. Really, really good stuff.
Look, I got there at 11 o'clock, and the people just were walking down the streets, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, look at this. And I was just flooding through, and they just kept coming and coming and coming. The night before, I left the club at 4 in the morning, and just, you could just see out on the field, there's probably 3,000 to 4,000 people sitting there waiting for the place to come back. And they just sat and waited. And they shut up at roughly around 2 o'clock. And they just waited. And then you just see the flock of people just walking away after. They got to see their players. They got to see the trophy. That's loyalty. And I'm not.
It's special.
We're very funny people down here. We're I describe it as a big country town. Everyone knows each other, and we're a big, tight community.
Well said. Now, just before I let you go, I want to ask you, just between you and me, just how long in advance was the council planning a potential Sharks premiership celebrations? I'm the first to say I'm quite superstitious for these kinds of things, but do we admit to getting a little bit ahead of ourselves in advance in the lead up?
I am very superstitious myself. The team came up to my council staff came up to me and said, when we were about 15, when we won our 15th
in
game,
a row, yeah,
and they said, look, we need to really seriously think about this. And they started to plan about redoing up all the garbage trucks and putting up Go Sharks on the garbage trucks. And I said, look, no matter how much I want to, can we just hold back?
Just
I don't
hold the
want to
phone
jinx
until
them.
we've got the trophy. That's right.
Yeah, I said, let's just wait till we get a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer. And as I got closer, they came back and I said, okay, well, let's do the garbage trucks now. So once we hit the semis, we do the garbage trucks. And then, once that night when we played the Cowboys, I said, now get all the banners out through the main street of Cronulla. And let's go all the way now.
That's great. Well, we've got one in the bag now. Let's say this was just a test run for when we go back to back next year, correct?
Exactly.
Good stuff. Mayor of the Shire, Carmelo Pesce, always great to have you on the show. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
From the beach to the bridge and right across the Shire, this is Cam Redden on 2SR.